Club World Cup will, in the fullness of time, become absolutely massive. And it could become the club competition in global football. I do believe that, Ollie. Because conceptually, the Club World Cup makes perfect sense. If you just think about it conceptually, in this globalized world, to have a truly globalized Club World Cup, it makes way more sense, by the way, than the Conference League or the Nations League or some other random competitions we've just created in the last few years. Now, forget the Americanization angle, forget Trump and Infantino and the money and all of this. To have a truly global Club World Cup is genuinely exciting. And I think when you look at new competitions, I mean, the World Cup, for example, the inaugural World Cup was in 1930. England didn't even take part until 1950 because they thought they were too good for it. Only 13 nations competed at the 1930 World Cup because most nations weren't bothered, the travel, didn't think it was going to be big. And look at it now, absolutely, obviously it's the World Cup, right? Same in many ways with the Champions League. I mean, Real Madrid took it very seriously and won the first 5 European Cups, but nobody else did. It was only later that they did. So the Club World Cup, and there's no doubt in my mind that it will become an absolutely massive tournament. I think it may become the biggest club tournament in the world. It's not going to happen tomorrow or in the next 4-year cycle, but over the course of the next few decades, I think that there's a very real possibility it will become that when you consider the distribution of wealth within football. You talk about the money in Saudi, and MLS is growing, and maybe Brazil are going to get their act together a little bit. So it's entirely possible that those nations do produce better clubs, and this European dominance does shift slightly when you look at the economic position Europe's in as a whole. So my point here is that the Club World Cup eventually will be absolutely massive. And despite the fact that I've got many, many, many criticisms of what I've seen over the last month, I think the concept of it is watertight.